Now it is my great pleasure to welcome the deans of Lesley's 4 colleges and schools and the director of the Threshold program. They, in turn, will introduce the student speakers representing their respective schools and program. The deans, program director, and student speakers will all be participating remotely in light of the pandemic. We will begin with the deans and student speakers from our 2 undergraduate colleges, then the deans and student speakers from our 2 graduate schools, and finally, the program director and student speaker from our Threshold program.
Class of 2021, bachelor's and master's degree candidates, congratulations. Today marks a truly impressive milestone. You are graduating, and graduating is a momentous achievement. To get to this place in your life has taken determination and perseverance. You've worked hard. There have been lots of books to read, discussion board comments to post, homework problems to solve, lab experiments to do, papers to write, exams to take, art to create, and internships and field placements to complete. And this past year, you've pushed through Zoom fatigue. And of course, you've overcome many challenges in your life outside of being a student, the pandemic being just one of them. And you have succeeded. I'm proud to say that you are now about to engage the world as a Lesley graduate. With your Lesley education, passion for what is right, and determination to make it happen, you will make the world a better place with whatever you do. I have faith in the future because of you. I'm now honored to introduce to you our student speaker, Anaï Alarcon. She was selected as speaker through an open call to seniors and an auditioning process. Anaï is an international student from Buenos Aires, Argentina. She majored in early childhood studies and minored in psychology. Her main topics of study relate to child development and social aspects of inclusion, social policy, and trauma, and culturally informed practices in education and beyond. Anaï came to the United States 5 years ago as an au pair and quickly developed a liking for the work related to children and their families. After her experience as an au pair, she moved to Boston to pursue a degree in early childhood education. During the first 2 years, she went to Bunker Hill Community College, where she was granted the Nancy Myers New Beginnings Scholarship because of her academic standing and involvement with the community. Anaï graduated with highest honors from Bunker Hill and then immediately transferred to Lesley through our community college partnership. At Lesley, she was granted the Constance and Lewis Counts Scholarship. Throughout her education, she's been committed to working with the youngest sector of our community and advocating for early childhood education. Following graduation, Anaï is looking forward to working in a classroom so that she can make a positive impact on the children's lives by nurturing a lifelong love of learning. And now, Anaï Alarcon.
Good afternoon, Lesley faculty, staff, family, friends, and fellow graduates. I am honored and humbled to be representing the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences class of 2021. We have been through an extremely difficult year, a year where our lives have changed in dramatic and unexpected ways. Our current health and social crises have put us to test our ability to adapt, to relearn, and to empathize with others. We embraced those changes and we persevered. Today, we are fortunate to see the fruits of the tenacity and the hard work we put in our lives. We are celebrating an amazing class of educators, social workers, artists, therapists, business leaders, policymakers, and other creative professionals committed to strengthen our communities. We are doing this by promoting social change, fostering inclusion in all levels, and making a positive impact on the lives of the people we serve. Many of us present today have dealt with grief, loss, trauma, and isolation in a context of growing uncertainty. For me, attending Lesley University has been helpful in navigating these trying times. Here, I grew up professionally as well as personally. I found emotional support, academic challenge, and an environment of compassion and kindness that enabled me to safely explore my identity and my place in the world. I am a first-generation college student, and I arrived at Lesley through the Community Colleges partnership that gives non-traditional students an opportunity to complete their academic studies to better their lives through a scholarship. These efforts have proven successful at promoting equity and diversity by giving students like me a place at the table and by uplifting and amplifying our voices. On a personal note, this is a moment of great pride. 10 years ago, I was working as a customer service representative for an American cable company in my hometown, Buenos Aires. Customers made sure to let me know my English wasn't perfect. My self-confidence plummeted, and I felt vulnerable. Throughout the years, I learned to embrace vulnerability as my strength, and I encourage you to do the same. I hope you have the courage to face your fears and to look inward. This can be the source of your individual healing, which is the key to enact the collective healing we must see in the world. I hope my experience as an adult learner serves to inspire those who ever felt not good enough, those who go about their lives with abandoned dreams. I want you to know it is never too late to start over, and you are never behind. There is always an opportunity for new beginnings, and you owe it to yourself to be your best version. Today, we're heading into a new chapter in our lives, and I want us to do it with the conviction that our jobs are important and necessary. I want to give a special shout out to the back of the scenes heroes that have been at our side in our educational journey with a listening ear, words of encouragement, a cup of coffee, or simply by delighting us with their presence. Thank you. Fellow graduates, the wealth of knowledge and experiences we have gained these years can never be taken away from us. You focus on yourself, on your academic, professional, and personal enrichment, and you should be proud of the progress you have made. I wish you all a bright future filled with possibilities for growth, challenges to overcome, and many occasions for fulfillment. Your hard work won't go unnoticed, and you are already making the world a better place. Congratulations.
Dear Class of 2021, on behalf of the faculty and staff at Lesley Art and Design, I am pleased to welcome you and your family and friends to this year's commencement. Today, we celebrate your accomplishments and achievements and recognize your fortitude, determination, and perseverance, especially as you overcame enormous challenges in your final 2 years at LA+D. There is no doubt that the past 2 years have prepared you as a professional artists and designers to confront the challenges and complexities of a post-COVID world. You have had to endure the harsh realities of a pandemic, of social and political unrest, of racial violence, of working remotely, often in isolation. Yet throughout your time at Lesley, you have learned to face adversity with courage, to seek inspiration in hardship, and to assert a sense of resilience through your work in the studio. Recent events have transformed nearly every aspect of our daily lives. They have transformed how we work, how we socialize, how we consume, and how we communicate. These transformations have been evident in the fields of art and design. But please be assured that your training at LA+D has provided you with technical skills and conceptual tools to navigate the shifting landscape of your profession and to effect positive change both locally and globally. Today marks the first step of many towards a future that will incorporate technical-based platforms for the purpose of distributing and showcasing art and design to a wider global audience. This leap forward has revealed your abilities to think and create in adaptive and ingenious ways, and it is these crucial characteristics that will serve you well in your careers as artists, designers, and innovators. I commend each of you and encourage everyone to explore the work of your student body from departments outside of your own. Seize this moment to support community engagement, dialogue, creativity, and most of all, celebrating your own creative practice. As your dean, I hope to keep in touch. I am committed to supporting the launch of your careers, as well as the next chapter of your professional growth. I anticipate great things from you, and I will be watching eagerly. Congratulations to all, and welcome to Lesley Art and Design alumni community. It is my pleasure at this point to introduce our student speaker this year. Maddie Silva, a recent graduate of Lesley University College of Art and Design, is a talented and dedicated graphic designer. Maddie comes to us via Lisbon, Portugal. Maddie was destined to study in the US, and Lesley was one of her first choices in pursuing her education. Coming from a creative family, Maddie found herself similar to her siblings, a photographer and graphic designer, an interior designer, and a culinary artist. Clearly, creativity and artistic expression is in her genes. But Maddie was in search for an education that intertwined the creative ambitions of a state-of-the-art design school with the practical knowledge of business and entrepreneurship. In addition to her studies at LA+D, Maddie took courses within the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences and found the sweet spot to support her future goals. Maddie created a strong community of friends who will be in her life for years to come. She enjoyed every aspect of Lesley University, including living in Cambridge, participating in Lesley's a cappella group, and enjoying the culinary options in Boston with her friends. I asked Maddie to describe her most memorable collaborative project during her tenure at LA+D. She shared a community-engaged exercise that involved the design build of a fully interactive cardboard arcade, only in an art school, some might say. Students worked in groups and invited the entire LA+D community to test, explore, and play. This project exemplified the sense of collaborative work within different communities at Lesley, which is something that Maddie describes as a quintessential aspect of growth and learning as an emerging designer. She knows that Lesley has provided her a global perspective and openness to learn, listen, and constantly explore the role of artists and designers in our local communities, our national context, and the global landscape. It is a very special day for all of our graduates, and it is very suiting that Maddie presents this celebratory speech on behalf of her colleagues who graduate with her today. Congratulations, Maddie, on your accomplishments, and to all the graduates at LA+D. Please join me in welcoming Maddie Silva.
Thank you, Dean Dinas, for that beautiful introduction. And thank you, Lesley, for these amazing past 4 years full of growth and shared experiences with incredible people. 4 years ago, I was just a Portuguese girl getting ready for the biggest adventure in my life, which was to move from the small and cozy country I've always known to the massive and unknown American culture. But as I was trying and sometimes struggling to rewire my brain to English, I found myself in the arms of a welcoming and supportive community. And so my journey at Lesley began. Much like any college experience, there was the ups, connecting with my peers, the professors, and the city, the downs, the stressful finals and sleepless nights, and the confusing ones, having to play charades in the middle of sentences because I'd forget a word in all the languages I know. But regardless, Lesley gave me the tools I needed to grow my own wings. It gave me the desire to aim high and all the support to get me there. And along the way, it gave me the opportunity to meet the most incredible people that helped me become what I am today. Because Lesley consists of so many communities, I've always had the possibility to be introduced to different points of view and collaborate with people with different backgrounds. It was through these experiences that I've been able to grow as a person and have the professional resources to expand my career. And so I'll leave you with a Portuguese word that I hardly forget. Saudade. It's a deep emotional state of nostalgia or a profound longing for a person, a place, a time that is distant. Almost like the joy of sadness. Because even though we are leaving something we'll miss, saudade preserves the joy of those moments. And all those ups and downs, I will take with me as I close this chapter of my life. We all are. So going forward, I want you to remember that the challenges you once faced can become your strengths. Embrace everything life brings you because it will not only make you grow, but it'll also give you something to look back at. So go on and be amazing. Thank you.
On behalf of the faculty and staff of the Graduate School of Arts and Social Sciences, I extend my warm congratulations to you, our graduates. We are so proud of each of you with your unique calling, whether as a writer, clinician, counselor, artist, advocate, researcher, scholar, or educator. As you embark upon your careers as visionary, scholarly, engaged practitioners, we have full confidence in your capacity as compassionate change agents and as leaders in your chosen field. I also want to say thank you to those who have supported you on this journey, your family, friends, and loved ones, those who stood by you on the journey and who are here today to celebrate with you. Thank you. This year, we are still trapped in this pandemic called COVID-19. It has taken many of our loved ones and caused us to be more vigilant and cautious about our life as we knew it. But it will not break our resolve. You have been called for such a time as this. Continue to be the forerunners who make a difference. Continue to break through the glass and make room for those coming after you. Reach up and then reach back to encourage those who are still in the struggle. Be a role model to the next generation and be the change you want to see in the world. Graduates, today is your commencement day, a day of celebration and a day of new beginnings. I wish you a life of continued exploration and joy in your chosen profession. And now I am pleased to present to you one of this year's graduates of the Lesley University Graduate School of Arts and Social Sciences, Andrew Solom. Andrew is a graduate of the International Higher Education Program. As a scholar practitioner, Andrew has engaged in a variety of opportunities, presenting at conferences and webinars, co-authoring publications with faculty, conducting research in international education, and helping lead educational initiatives abroad. In these challenging times, Andrew worked tirelessly to help create community in the virtual space within and across cohorts and helping new classmates acclimate to the program. Please join me in welcoming Andrew. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Walker. My name is Andrew Solom. My pronouns are he, him, his, and it is my honor to be nominated and speak today on behalf of the Graduate School of Arts and Social Sciences. We have all had time to reflect on our graduate programs, as well as think ahead to navigating the post-grad and post-pandemic reality. Today, I want to share a few thoughts that I have had recently while reflecting over my own time at Lesley. My mother emigrated from the Philippines in the 80s, and whenever my family had the time and money, we would travel all the way to the other side of the world to visit my uncles, aunts, cousins, second cousins, and so many others in the Philippines. Our family had a small lot with 6 houses, one for my grandparents and one for each of their 5 kids. But being in such close quarters with so many people never felt suffocating or overwhelming. If anything, it felt comforting knowing that I had my entire family there by my side. Traveling to the other side of the world to be with so many caring and loving people was such a transformative part of my life, but a part that I took for granted. When I started my undergraduate career, I was a cultural anthropology major. But along the way, I decided the profession of an anthropologist really wasn't for me. I graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Building and Construction Technology and didn't really interact or connect with many others in my program. I connected with dozens of people in the marching band and drumline. The band building was essentially my second home. And with over 50 people in the percussion section and almost 400 performers on the field, I was still meeting new people during my senior week. I played bass drum and was a leader in the drumline. In the drumline, we thought the same way, we played the same way, we partied the same way, and we ran around on the field with 50 pounds of drums strapped to our chests the same way. Most importantly, we always took care of each other. That was my first real experience with community building, being surrounded by dozens of people who would always take care and support you. When I got a job in construction after graduation, I was excited, but I really struggled to find anything similar to that drumline community. I moved across the country for work and found myself looking for any way to have that feeling of community, that sense of belonging back. The closest feeling I found was again through music. I met some percussionists and helped teach a drumline that was actually 2 hours away from where I lived. I got an opportunity to perform with the NFL's Bengal drumline and had many meaningful relationships with many different people, but I still felt like I was missing something. Eventually, I wanted to get back closer to my family, so I got a job as a laborer just to get back in the area. I was picking things up and putting them down, sometimes up and down 5 flights of stairs, and sometimes in mud so thick I lost a boot or two. But at the end of the day, I found myself back in my alma mater teaching percussion in the same organization that gave me that sense of belonging and gave me a community. At that point, the only logical conclusion I could think of was that music was my community. Even after moving across the country, it was when I was with people who played music where I felt anything close to a true sense of belonging. I soon realized that construction was not my calling. I would wake up every morning and think to myself, wow, I don't want to go to work. So I took a risk and I quit. I staked my future on those things called feelings. My plan was to find myself through traveling, and fortunately, I was given an opportunity to lead a high school community service program to Fiji that summer. I began to have that feeling again, and to my surprise, it wasn't through music. So when I came back from leading that program, I found myself putting some pieces together. That program abroad inspired me to make that drastic shift into international education. Unfortunately, no one would hire me in education because all I'd done for the past 6 years was build things. When I got the acceptance call from Lesley, I was actually walking into a job interview. And as you can imagine, I didn't get the gig, but it didn't matter because I was going back to school. All of my classmates have different backgrounds and lived experiences. Some came here as international students, some had worked with undocumented workers, and others had worked and lived around the world on Fulbright. Over the course of my graduate studies, I started to feel those feelings again, the ones I had back with the drumline. I began to realize that the feeling I had wasn't really about music, percussion technique, or drum tuning. That feeling came from how our differences led us all to the same program at that same time. We commiserated with it together, we supported each other, we drank with each other, and we created a community together. Lesley offered an opportunity for all of us to create a community. Irrespective of the size of your cohort, that feeling and that sense of belonging persisted. As we enter this post-pandemic reality, we will encounter change. And I hope that through that change, you are all able to find that feeling of community and that sense of belonging. I hope you find those people who would support you unconditionally and always want the best for you. And that when you receive that support and care, you don't hesitate to offer the same to others. If my lived experiences were a lesson, it would probably be summed up in the following words: take care of each other. These are the words my percussion director would say to the drumline after every performance, and that's what we did. We did that here at Lesley, and my hope is that that's what each of us will do for each other in the future. So I'd like to end with thanks. We all have special people in our lives, those who supported us, guided us, cared for us, all while we pursued our graduate degrees. For me, I'd be remiss if I did not give thanks to my family, my parents for supporting me, my 5 siblings for always listening to me, and our new 2 pandemic pups for the emotional support over the past year. To all my faculty who have made such a positive impact on my graduate career, I cannot thank you enough. You helped turn this construction professional into an international educator. And to my classmates and communal cohort, you are some of the kindest, most caring people I've ever met. I often found myself comparing myself to you all, thinking about how can I be just as sincere, open, and honest and caring as all of you. I look to all of you for inspiration as we enter this field to help bring sense and balance back into international education. I am beyond words in how thankful I am that we met, that I was able to learn from you, and that I'm able to call you my friends. And finally, to my fellow graduates, thank you for listening to me share my thoughts on my Lesley experience. While I was writing this speech, I felt lost trying to figure out what to say. What I kept struggling with is that I'm not able to represent all of GSAS, all of you. I am writing and speaking through my eyes, perspective, and experiences, and I know that I won't be able to give you all the credit that you deserve. There are no words I can say that can compare with the magnitude of all of your achievements. But what I can do is share my most sincere and most heartfelt congratulations to each and every graduate in the Graduate School of Arts and Social Sciences. This day is a celebration for you and all of your accomplishments. With that, I wish you all good health and happiness no matter where you may find yourself in the world. Thank you.
Hello, graduates. I'm Dr. Amy Rutstein-Riley, Interim Dean of the Graduate School of Education, and I welcome you to this virtual commencement. As an alumna of GSOE, I am incredibly proud to be here with you as we celebrate your accomplishments. I hope today is a beautiful day where you are. Hopefully you can step outside, close your eyes, and picture yourself looking out over the sunny Boston Harbor before walking across the stage to receive your diploma. While we can't be there this year in person, we nonetheless applaud your achievements, which are especially meaningful and a true testament to your individual and collective resilience and persistence. On behalf of the faculty and staff of the Graduate School of Education, I congratulate each of you and the mark you have made on our learning community. During this historic pandemic experience, you've overcome numerous obstacles that COVID has thrown in your way. You negotiated your education in the virtual space, spent more hours than you probably thought possible in Zoom classes and meetings, juggled remote and/or in-person jobs, and of course, cared for those closest to you. You've persevered and persisted, reaching a major life milestone despite all of these challenges. So whether you're joining the teaching profession as a new teacher or have completed further studies to deepen your practice as a school leader, literacy, reading, or technology specialist, arts educator, special educator, advocate, or researcher, I honor you and all you have negotiated in your lives to get to this important moment today. I know you're excited to start your next adventure, whether it is helping students returning to classrooms, taking on new leadership roles, or transforming schools and communities. May you all put your talents to good use for important social causes. You're all certainly ready. Congratulations to all of you. Well done, GSOE graduates. Congratulations, class of 2021. Now I'd like to introduce our student speaker, Christine Armstrong. Christine is a graduate of the Arts, Community, and Education Master's Program and a recipient of a Dean's Merit Scholarship. Her research work, The Color of Education, focused on women of color in higher ed. Program Director Maureen Cregan-Kinky calls the work an important contribution to qualitative arts-based research. Christine is committed to using the arts for social change, and we are very proud of her. Congratulations, Christine.
Hello, Dr. Rutstein-Riley and fellow graduates, and congratulations to the class of 2021. I'm honored to be here with you today. As an educator, art activist, mentor, and woman of color, I'm committed to centering access, equity, and inclusion. Through this work, I've been recognized as a subject matter expert and thought leader for my commitment to the community and steering its efforts towards self-empowerment and social equity. With a background in arts and culture, in tandem with my recently completed master's degree, I have only affirmed the power of community. The importance of community was instilled in me from a young age. As a child, I had the chance to benefit from art programs embedded within community agencies, which allowed me to grow and flourish. As a young adult, I blossomed in my creative expression in spite of my meandering journey. Out in the workforce, I utilized the arts as an instrument for social change as an accomplished professional, serving as managing director, community organizer, youth worker, and board member. After years in the nonprofit industry, I came to discover that though I had far surpassed my career goals, I hadn't yet met my educational aspirations. As a curious soul, I found this unacceptable. A plan was set in motion. The next challenge was to find a program that centered the community, arts, and mentorship. After a few encounters, I discovered the Master of Education in Arts, Community, and Education program. I was pleasantly surprised to discover it met all my criteria and shortly thereafter, I enrolled. Throughout this academic endeavor, I have maintained my deep engagement to social transformation. With my scholar activism, I'm shifting the climate for women of color within academic and artistic settings. At this intersection of racial, cultural, and artistic equity, I have produced interdisciplinary research addressing women of color, their collective identity, their access to higher education, the racial repercussions of the COVID-19 pandemic, and further implications upon the creative process. Originally, I enrolled in the master's program, content with my career and professional status. Little did I know. In the process, I found additional ways to extend my life's work in art activism and racial justice, came to recognize my discontent with the nonprofit industrial complex, began a shift to academia, and built lifelong relationships. This evolution is due in no small part to the leadership of Dr. Maureen Cregan-Quincus in the Master of Education in Arts Community and Education program. Upon first meeting Maureen, a familiar spidey sense descended. In time, I discovered her to be my greatest advocate and mentor. With Maureen at the helm, innovation serves as the program's hallmark and subsequently fosters personal development. Unlike more traditional education programs, I was not tethered by homogeneous standards. Instead, I could build my path through to fulfillment. I was able to bring my full self to the table within this program. However, my research has come to illustrate there's still much work to be done within academia, primarily white institutions, and Lesley University. We have to keep pushing and keep fighting so that others, specifically women of color, have the same opportunity to fulfill their potential. As a Lesley graduate and now adjunct instructor, I will take up this mantle. So let's continue this narrative. Let's center the community. Let's center women of color, and let's use our collective strength to stay at the forefront of social change. Thank you.
President Steinmeier, Provost Jefferson, Board of Trustee members, and honored guests, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the 37th graduating class of the Threshold Program with 4 soon-to-be alumni. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the Threshold Program, it is the nation's oldest and largest continually operating college-based transition program that combines employment training with a residential college experience for students with a wide variety of learning differences. May I present to you the following 4 students who have successfully completed the 2-year certificate program. Colleen Atwater, Kyle Darmrimpel, Sebastian Rowland, and Helen Slager. This intrepid group of students began their journey, and now they're going to start their journey into the world of work and independent living. The world is your oyster, graduates. Go and explore. Now it is my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce to you Helen Ellie Slager as the Threshold commencement speaker. Ellie is the first Threshold student to give a speech at a university-wide commencement.
Wow, 2 years have gone by just way too fast. Those are the lyrics from one of my favorite songs titled Fast by Lou Bryant. The song is special to me because it teaches you to slow down and enjoy the moment. My 2 years here at the Threshold program have taught me to slow down and to enjoy every moment. Threshold has really helped me with my academics and social skills. The reason why I chose Threshold was because I learn a little differently than most people. I wanted a sense of normality, so that's why I picked a transition program on a college campus, so I was able to get that experience too. 2 years ago, I was really nervous about going to college. I have made a whole set of new friends, and I couldn't have been happier. Although I have always been a conscientious learner, today I can say that I'm really proud of my accomplishments and achievements. I have become so much better with my independence, and I enjoy having that independence in my life. When I was 3 years old, a doctor told my parents that I would never be able to talk, but he was wrong. I started my early education first in New Jersey, then in Pennsylvania. Most of those teachers told my parents that I wouldn't be able to read, but they were also wrong. When I got to threshold, I had a hard time fitting in, but now I have been doing really well in all my classes, even though when things are challenging. As time passed, I'm still able to utilize strategies that I learned in high school that have improved my academics even more. I learned how to live independently as well as budgeting. As I entered college, I felt like advocacy skills got stronger, even though it's not always easy to self-advocate. I have become a better student by advocating for my needs. I would like to thank my two mentors that I had for the past 2 years. They all have encouraged me to become the person I am today. Those people are Beth and Krista. Thank you guys for being there for me. I don't know what I would have done without you guys. I also want to say a couple of thank yous to some of my professors that I have had the past 2 years. I would like to say thank you, Justin, for being my advisor, and I'm so glad that we got to know each other so well, and you make me laugh. I would also like to say thank you to our 3 most wonderful GRAs, Colin, Suzanne, and Krista. Thank you guys for always being there for me. I also want to say thank you to Tim and Joe for being funny and awesome professors. It was really great having a great group of friends. Colleen, Molly, Emily, Ellen, Sebastian, Tess, Natalie, and all my other friends for being there for me whenever I needed them. Last but not least, I would like to thank my parents for choosing Threshold. This was the best decision that you have made. I don't know what I would do without you both. You have always supported me in every step of the way. And a special extra thank you to my dad. Although at times you have driven me crazy with your funny and your not so serious humor, I look forward to your funny texts and messages that you will leave me probably on a daily basis when I'm away at school. And thank you to my little brother Drew for being there for me even when you are annoying. I hope you have great success in the future, and I hope you will start to like country music a little more. I can't wait to go into my bridge year at Threshold. Can't wait to make new memories.
I would like to introduce the president of the Lesley University Alumni Association, Brian Schwartz, class of 2006, from the Graduate School of Arts and Social Sciences. Brian works as a professional coach, facilitator, and mediator. He is also a freelance writer and singer-songwriter. Brian is based in Washington, D.C., and he will be addressing this year's graduates remotely.
Hello, my name is Brian Schwartz. As president of the Alumni Association, I congratulate you on your graduation. Today, you join over 90,000 others who have graduated from Lesley. Members of the Alumni Association represent a vast network of leaders, teachers, innovators, and regular people who make a positive impact on a local, national, and global level. I would like to recognize that you have successfully completed your degrees during a global pandemic amid a national reckoning on racial equity and threats to our democracy, that you have experienced what no other group of Lesley graduates has. You have persevered despite unprecedented challenges and disruptions. You have demonstrated resilience and grit that will put you in good stead in your future careers and lives. This is your moment. As you graduate today, you are taking your Lesley education out into the world to improve lives through a powerful combination of knowledge, skill, innovative thinking, empathy, and passion. You may feel a lot of expectations and the pressure of trying to form or further a career after such an unconventional year marked by both profound loss and injustice. Lesley students tend to be open-hearted and determined, but the transition away from college or grad school can feel daunting. Please know that your time at Lesley, with all you learned and experienced along the way, both in and out of the classroom, has prepared you for the unpredictability of the world beyond. Trust that. Trust that you will know what to do, and remember that you have support from the entire Lesley community. Stay in touch with faculty and staff who are important to you, and especially stay in touch with your classmates. You have been shaped by Lesley. Now you can shape Lesley's future as an alum. Whether you join me on the Alumni Council, serve on an alumni committee, become an alumni admissions ambassador to prospective students, seek guidance from the Career Resource Center, or provide career connections and guidance to future alumni, or attend speakers, exhibits, and events, we encourage you to keep in touch with your Lesley family and support the development and success of future Lesley students. Congratulations. We look forward to staying in touch and hearing about where your Lesley education takes you. Again, congratulations and welcome to the Alumni Association.
Chair Strauch and President Steinmeier, on behalf of the deans of our colleges and schools, I have the honor to present to you the candidates for degrees. The members of the Lesley University class of 2021 have distinguished themselves as promising leaders in education, counseling, psychology and applied therapies, the visual and digital arts, creative writing, humanities, business, and the social and natural sciences. These candidates have demonstrated extraordinary persistence and resilience in overcoming unprecedented circumstances. As scholars, they have combined head, heart, and hand to apply what they have learned in their classrooms and research to engage with real-world issues. As community members, they have made a positive difference both on and off campus. Through their personal growth and self-reflection and the knowledge and skills they have acquired, they are a credit to the rich legacy of Lesley graduates.
I certify that these students have fully complied with the regulations prescribed by our faculty and that they have, by examination of performance, demonstrated thoroughness of their work. On behalf of the faculty, I present these candidates to you so that these degrees may be granted.
Today, Lesley University awards 1,300 degrees. We wish for each of you the satisfaction, strength, and resolve that come from such achievement. All of you join the diverse and talented community of Lesley alumni who bring to the workplace and the world compassion, competence, dedication, and a commitment to strengthening the human condition. And so, by the authority granted to me by the Lesley University Board of Trustees, and with the approval of the Lesley University faculty, I award to each of you your respective Lesley University degree, with all the rights, privileges, opportunities, and responsibilities they offer you as educated citizens of the global community. Graduates, if you are wearing a cap and gown as you watch this ceremony, please move your tassel to the left. Congratulations, one and all.